Hello, and welcome to Nevada State High School's Cover Letters and Thank You Letters, the first and last impression tutorial for all students. Use the guide bar at the bottom of the presentation to navigate through the presentation. Go ahead, click the forward button now to begin the presentation. During this tutorial, we will discuss general information about the purpose of both a cover letter and a thank you letter, the content of both, and an appropriate layout for a cover letter and a thank you letter. At the end of the presentation, you will take a 5-question quiz. Follow along closely and let's get started. Click to the next slide when you are ready. The purpose of a cover letter is to let the employer know if a candidate can handle the responsibilities of the position, does the candidate enjoy work, and are they professional? A cover letter is written in paragraph format, showing off your handwriting and grammar skills. Click to the next slide when you are ready. A cover letter is very important because it is the first impression an employer will have of you. A cover letter is the first thing seen, and it has potential to make you stand out from the crowd. This is your chance to explain why you should get the job over everyone else based upon your skills and qualifications. A cover letter also gets the employer excited to see your resume and get to know you through an interview. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Typically, a cover letter includes 3 paragraphs: a summary of the position, an explanation as to why you should be hired, and what you want as the action plan for the position. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Paragraph 1 includes the position you are applying for, along with an explanation of how you heard about the position. For example, were you actively searching new jobs? Were you only searching jobs within that company, or did a friend refer you? As well as a brief introduction of yourself, including your name, major, degree, and year of graduation, either past or anticipated. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Paragraph 2 is where you let yourself shine and make the company see that you are the only person for the position. Provide a reason as to why you are interested in the position and what qualifies you above everyone else for the job. This is where you would want to know the duties and responsibilities for the position so you can explain when you have performed similar actions with success using the same action verbs you use to build your resume. However, it is important to understand that a cover letter should not simply be your resume copied and pasted. Be creative and remember you want to stand out, not say the same thing as everyone else. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Paragraph 3 summarizes your qualifications once again and explains your desire to meet for an interview. Be confident in this paragraph. Do not use phrases such as, "I hope to hear from you," or "I hope for the chance for an interview." Instead, tell the company you want an interview and you cannot wait to talk to them. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Standing out or blending in is the difference between getting an interview or not, as you learned in the tutorial, Resume Building. Without an interview, you do not have a chance to be hired. Some simple tips to ensure you stand out are: research the company and find out about their history. Find out when the company started or when your interviewer started with the company. Find out if your interviewer has won any awards with his or her position. Let the company know you did your homework and prepared. Make sure you know what the position entails. Read the summary of duties and responsibilities and include the company name in your cover letter. Everyone loves to see and hear their name. Companies are no different. Click to the next slide when you are ready. A cover letter also includes a header identical to a resume. Both headers should have the same information. Also, make your cover letter visually appealing and easy to read. Use basic fonts such as Arial or Calibri. 11 or 12 is the font size, and ensure your cover letter does not exceed 1 page. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Here are just a few grammar and English tips. Avoid using negatives in your writing. Use variety and do not start each sentence with I. Be clear. There is no need to add fluff to a cover letter. Leave a space between your paragraphs and of course use formal language. Spell check it twice and have someone else spell check it for you as well. It is often very difficult to find our own mistakes in our work, but the employer will find the mistakes. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Here's a sample cover letter. Take your time to read through it so you can gain a better understanding of the content of a cover letter. You will be writing your own cover letter in this tutorial. Click to the next slide when you are ready. This sample will show how a cover letter should be formatted and what content should be applied in each paragraph. This example was created for this tutorial and can be found in Moodle for later reference. This will be the layout you will use when you create a cover letter. Click to the next slide when you are ready. It is now time to complete the top portion of the cover letter worksheet. Fill out the part titled Your Information. This information should match the information provided in your resume. Click to the next slide when you are ready. In order to complete a cover letter, you need a position to apply. Here you will find a position that is currently available for hire at Nevada State College. The position is for a library assistant. Take a moment to read through the position summary, essential duties, job summary, basic functions, and physical demands. This information will help you create a customized cover letter. Click to the next slide when you are ready. At this time, complete the section titled Employer Information. This slide includes the address of the school. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Did you notice that there was no name of an interviewer provided? In this case, you would not find out the name of the interviewer until after filling out a short questionnaire to ensure you meet minimum requirements. If you are ever unsure of the interviewer's name, use To Whom It May Concern. The title would be Nevada State College Human Resources. The name of the organization is Nevada State College, and the address is 1125 Desert State Drive, Henderson, Nevada 89002. Click to the next slide when you are ready. You will now complete the opening paragraph of the cover letter. If this position is not something you would actually be interested in, pretend for this assignment so you can practice constructing the body of a cover letter. The important questions to answer in this paragraph include: what is your intent in writing this letter? What position are you applying for and how did you learn about the opening? And of course, introduce yourself, major, degree, or anticipated degree. These guiding questions and outline can be found on both the cover letter sample as well as the cover letter worksheet you are currently working through. Take your time building paragraph 1. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Continue to paragraph 2, focusing on what are your qualifications, why do you want to work for this company or organization, and what would you enjoy doing for them. Sell yourself to them so that they want to interview you. Describe highlights from your background that would be of interest to the company. Focus on skills, activities, service, technology knowledge, and accomplishments that can be contributed to the company. Use action verbs learned in the tutorial Building Resumes. Remember, this is not a place to simply copy and paste your resume. You want to pick out the most interesting pieces about you and insert them here so the interviewer wants to read your resume and is excited to schedule an interview with you to find out what more there is to learn. Take your time and complete paragraph 2 based upon the position summary on slide 15. Click to the next slide when you are ready. The closing paragraph is very important because it will explain what you want the next step to be in the hiring process. This paragraph is where you will answer, what is your plan of action? Do you want an interview? Close your letter by stating that you would like to interview and discuss employment opportunities. Be confident. Do not say, I hope to hear from you. Instead, using confidence, say, I look forward to talking with you soon. Take your time and fill out paragraph 3. Click to the next slide when you are ready. To complete your cover letter, you need to close the letter. Some examples of closing include sincerely, regards, best, best regards, kind regards, respectfully, respectfully yours, thank you, and thank you for your consideration. Find a closing that you like and fits your personality, then sign and print your full name. Once you have signed your name, take a moment to read over your entire cover letter from start to finish. Would you hire you? Why? If not, what would you change? Make any changes you feel necessary now. Click to the next slide when you are ready. A thank you letter is important because it shows appreciation and thanks for the interview, lets the company know again that you are interested in the position, to give the employer a review of your qualifications, and, of course, helps keep your name in front of the interviewer. It is important to send a thank you letter within 2 business days after the interview. Click to the next slide when you are ready. A thank you letter should be formatted into paragraphs. Thanking the interviewer for the interview, a review as to why you should be hired, and what you want as the action plan for the position based on the interview. Click to the next slide when you are ready. When you are thanking the interviewer for the interview, it is important to thank each person that was present by name. Be sure to thank them not only for meeting with you, but for their time and explain how much you appreciated the interview. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Paragraph 2 is where you remind the company that you are the only person for the position. Mention something you learned during the interview about the position and explain how your qualifications make you a perfect match with an example. Similar to your cover letter, this is the paragraph where you emphasize why they should hire you, but now you explain why you based upon the interview. Click to the next slide when you are ready. The closing paragraph includes another thank you. After all, this is a thank you letter, and your wishes for the next step. For example, another interview, a company tour to get to know the layout of the company, or a new hire orientation. And remember, this letter is to be sent within 2 business days after the interview. Click to the next slide when you are ready. A thank you letter, similarly to a cover letter, needs to be visually appealing and easy to read. Again, use basic fonts such as Arial or Calibri, 11 or 12 as a font size, and ensure your thank you letter does not exceed 1 page. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Here's a sample thank you letter. Take your time to read through it so you can gain a better understanding of the content of a thank you letter. You will not be writing a thank you letter for this tutorial, as a thank you letter is very personalized to the details of the interview. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Here's a sample of how a thank you letter should be formatted and what content should be applied in each paragraph. This example was created for this tutorial and can be found in Moodle for later reference. Click to the next slide when you are ready. It's a done deal! We've completed the presentation for creating an effective cover letter and thank you letter. You can now sit down and create a cover letter that ensures an employer looks at your resume and a thank you letter that keeps your name on the front of an interviewer's mind. Keep in mind the valuable information we went over, like the purpose of both letters and the content to include to ensure your letters stand out. Now let's take a short 5-question quiz on your understanding of the tutorial. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Let's go through a couple of things before you begin your 5-question quiz, including number 1. After answering each question, click Next. Number 2. After answering all the questions from the quiz, click Submit All. Number 3. You will have 2 opportunities to take and pass the quiz. Take your time and read each question carefully. Click to the next slide when you are ready to begin.